What is up, guys? It is finally spring in Arkansas, so that means we're going fishing. So one of the issues with fishing in Arkansas is realistically there's really only places to go like warm water fishing, and so like smallmouth, white bass, largemouth catfish, all that stuff. There's a few lakes that are dammed up that you can go and fish the tailwaters for trout, but it depends so much on if they're generating or not. But the warm water fishing is a lot more accessible, and it's finally been warm enough for the last couple of weeks. It's going to be like 70s the next week. It is 70 today, and so we're going to go out. We're going to see if we can catch us our first smallmouth of the year. So the place we're heading out this morning, it's called Twin Bridges. It's where it's just east of where I live, about 20-minute drive. But it's easily accessible. But at this time of the year, as it's starting to warm up and whitefish or white bass start to spawn, there's a chance that this place is packed. And so we're gonna hopefully pull up and we'll see how packed it is. One thing, I brought waders, and so I'll be able to get a little bit farther away from people, and I'm willing to walk, so that's not gonna bother me any. So we may walk a little bit at the beginning to try to get away, but hopefully it's warmed up. The fish should be active. That's one of the things that's great about these spring days, is that as you have to have the day warm up more before the fish are going to be active, and so you don't have to worry about getting there super early where it's cool and the fish are feeding. The fish usually start to get active as the day warms up, so that's the great thing about spring fishing. So we're going to head out here, hopefully catch some white bass, maybe some smallmouth. Honestly, I just want a fish to bite. I could care less what species it is, because we're just catch and release, we're having fun and enjoying this beautiful day outside. So this is right around, and you'll be able to tell pretty quick. So there's a drop down for this first access, but we're gonna go into the next one. We'll see how packed it is right now, which is not, let's see here, I think we're gonna be okay. So there is one of the rivers, people out there on it, people bank fishing. There's everybody. That's what I figured, right here. Right here. So we'll pull a spot in right here, we'll fish, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we're finally at this spot. It's not as packed as I thought. I'm gonna go a little off the beaten path and kind of gotta go back away from where a lot of people are. Again, I'm gonna try to use the benefits of the waders and kind of get a little bit away from people. But right when I was there, there's like a dad and his son pulled up and was asking a bunch of questions about fishing, about where they're going. So I spent some time talking to them. That was pretty fun. But hopefully we get out here and it's not just me casting and enjoying the day, but we get some fish for you.
Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright. It's just the little things, all of the little things in life that make me feel alive.
It's kind of hard to go through a day like today and be just aggravated. I mean, it's all course you want to fish, you want to catch fish, but man, it's mid-70s, beautiful weather. I got a couple bites, nothing to, I at least got them on hook long enough to see that I had a fish on, but nothing for y'all to see. Part of that is me pinching the barbs in the hooks to make sure that I can get that catch and release a little easier so it doesn't hurt the fish's mouth. Another is just learning to be a better fly fisherman. With the water temperature still pretty cool, I'm not expecting a lot of activity. And so when I do get hit, I'm not ready for it. So I'll jerk, try to set the hook. Sometimes I'll do a good job. Today I did not. But I can't. 2 hours on a Sunday out in the water. It was pretty awesome. So before we call it done for the day, we don't want to cross-contaminate fisheries and waterways. And so what I'll do is I'll go home. We'll rinse off the boots, we'll rinse off my waders. I'll even rinse off my rod, just because there could be microorganisms or bacteria or little things that if I transfer them to another water system, may be invasive. I may have eggs or something on me. So we'll wash that off, make sure we don't cross-contaminate. We don't want some invasive species being switched to another waterway because of something I did. Videos for the next couple of weeks. We've got some, like I said, we got some stuff from True Fly Supply. They're sending us, I think, one of all their boxes to look at their trout supply, their freshwater, their saltwater, warm water stuff. So we'll look at that. We'll do some reviews. We'll take it out, go fishing. We got some new camping equipment. Like all of us, me, Xander, Brittany, and Oakley, we all got new sleeping bags. And so I think next weekend I'll set up a tent. We'll all sleep outside. We'll all, or at least me and Xander, but I don't know about Brittany and Oakley. We'll try them out and see how we like them. The kids have already been rolling around playing in them, so we'll get some videos of us doing that, and then we'll get some videos of what we think about them. So if you have not done so already, and by the looks of my analytics and the data, about 99% of you are not subscribed, so click that subscribe button, please. It's free to you, doesn't mess anything up, helps us out a ton because it helps us keep track of viewers. If you want to see some bloopers of today's shots, stick around, and we'll link us to all the videos you can look at for the bloopers. I think we're going to add them on to the end of every video, because basically a lot of the time it's more blooper than it is video. So we'll see you in the next one, and have a good one. Because